Hey everyone, welcome to the Withering Effect. This is episode 28. Today's date is January 20th, 2020, and I'm Duds, or Duds versus known to the rest of the interwebs.
And I am Jimbo, also known as Jimbo Slice 23. What have you been up this week, Duds?
Well, other than officially making you my co-host from now on.
Yes.
Yeah, Jimbo
big honor,
yeah, he's been such a great guest, so when I asked Carl and Decoy, it's like, hey, who should we come up with for co-host? Because last week I told myself after missing that episode, I was like, we're getting a co-host. This is because anytime I would like schedule a guest and something would come up and they would cancel or I had to cancel, I felt really bad and I didn't want that anymore. So now we can keep things going. Jimbo was...
And then you called me.
Yeah. He was the first name both Carl and Decoy spit out. So it's like... perfect. We're in the same time zone too, which makes recording pretty easy.
Yeah, get off work same time, pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah, it works out.
So everyone, welcome Jimbo. Much congrats.
Thank you. Hold your applause till the end.
Yeah.
Sign autographs after the show.
Yeah. He should actually be in the thumbnail now too. No more mystery question mark person.
Yes, nice.
Yeah, that was one of the things I've done this weekend or whatever. So I had to continue doing drywall work, getting pretty good at that. Granted, I have help with my dad. He comes over and basically I have no clue how to do handyman stuff, but he'll sit down and he'll show me, and then within a little bit of him showing me, I pretty much can do it on my own. So I've gotten pretty good at the drywall stuff. Well, the sanding and mudding and all that stuff, because that's what I'm doing now.
Yeah, first house I had to do a little bit of fixing up. And that's where I pretty much did it on my own after watching it once and just picked it up. It's really not that bad.
Yeah. Well, I hear there's a closet in the kitchen, and it shares a wall with the garage. And it looks like somebody had a boat, and they tried to back it into the garage. Ooh. But they went through the wall where that closet is.
Oh, man.
And by went through the wall, I mean they literally went through the wall.
With a boat.
With a boat.
In your garage. Oh my god.
Yeah, so when we bought the house, we were able to get a little bit of a deal because it's like, guys, you didn't even bother to board off the hole into the garage.
Yeah, they didn't fend off the horde.
So for the last year or so, we've just had plywood on the garage side and this drywall hole in the closet, because it's a closet just hold trash cans or whatever. Mm-hmm. But as we've been dwindling down the to-do list on this house, which was extensive, we got to the point where we're like, okay, I think it's drywall time.
Time to fix the hole.
Yeah, so we fixed the hole in the wall. But as we fixed the hole in the wall, I noticed my electricity bill has been skyrocketing the last couple months. And by that, I mean, I was used to paying $80 a month, and I'm now paying over $200 a month. And I'm just like,
wow.
Wait, what? So while
is it because of the cold?
Well, originally that's what I had thought. I was like, oh, it's just getting colder, so we're using more power. But last month, my electricity bill was just under $140. And then for the month of December, my bill is $220.
Yeah, it hasn't been that much of a change. January's been a little colder. But.
Right. December was technically a warmer month here, plus me and Swabby, my roommate, weren't home a lot because it was Christmas time and visiting family and stuff. So it's like, there's no way that bill should be higher. So me and my dad went around troubleshooting some stuff, found out the condensing unit outside the compressor in it had died, and it was tripping a breaker. So my HVAC unit was trying to turn that on, so that's using electricity, and then when it couldn't turn it on, it was turning on the emergency heat strips in the AC unit. So it would just constantly quick cycle running electric heat for months, and that's why my bill went through the roof.
Wow. Well, I mean, I guess it's a good thing you have that backup.
Yeah. Well, the problem was the electric heat backup was sending the electricity bill through the roof.
Yeah.
So,
that's
but
the,
from
negative on it.
Yeah, from what my dad said, I have a year warranty on appliances. So that year warranty runs out in March. Needless to say, those guys got called and they're going to come out and fix my condensing unit outside real quick.
Okay, that helps.
Yeah. But other than that, I did play with some 115 finally in Minecraft.
Nice.
And I will say that I was disappointed, at least in the server side rendering.
Yeah.
Not so much in chunk loading. I want to put that out there. Chunk loading, I think, is 20 times better than it has ever been. Also, with flight, super easy now to take off from the ground. I can do it every time, no problem. My problem I've been having is frames. I'm not losing a ton of frames. Like, I'm still chilling at like 130, 140 frames, but it feels chunky.
Yeah,
so,
choppy.
Yeah, and I don't like it. So Minecraft's the only game I get motion sickness playing. I don't know why. I've had to turn that whole arm bobbing up and down.
Yeah, the head bobbing thing.
I've had to turn that off. And then when the frames just get clunky and chunky like that, I can't play. So I haven't played a ton in 115. I wanted to go ahead and start a single player world up and try messing around in 115 there to see if it's any better. Because I've heard the single player world, the new rendering engine's really good, and not a lot of people are having any issues with it. But in multiplayer on a server, I've heard nothing but bad things. And it's not just the Ripple Effect server. It's from other people I've gone and looked at. I think that's the reason Hermitcraft still hasn't updated to 115 yet. No,
they haven't.
I haven't seen them.
Yeah, I don't really recall them doing that.
Yeah,
I've been on 115 lately, and I've been on the Ripple Effect server this week, and just working on the tower and everything, and it seems fine on my end. Now, granted, most of the time I'm by myself, me or Winter. I play a little bit with Winter earlier, but yeah, everything seems to be fine. The rendering, I'm not getting the choppiness at least, but maybe I don't know. Maybe it's on each other's ends.
Well, and it could be because I'm at my base still, and my base is just redstone hell, if I can say it still. And you're in the new 2.5 land, which I don't think's as bad with redstone.
No, it can't be. Though I do have Winter as my
That's
roomie.
True. That's very true.
He's got a bunch of stuff going on. It's hard to keep up sometimes, but we're both going to be working on the tower. It's been a good time so far, and the only reason I've been on is because I got a little bit of inspiration back. You know, I got the creative block on, but while playing with a friend of mine, I built my first 1.15 iron farm.
Nice.
It's a lot easier this time around, at least in my opinion. You know, only 6 villagers and a zombie, so it's so much easier.
I got onto the Ripple Effect server because I had an idea for a carrot and potato farm that I wasn't sure if it was going to work. So I was like, well, I'm just going to go ahead and build it in survival. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, I've got more carrots and potatoes that I know what to do with anyways. And that's when I noticed all the chunkiness, and I was just like, oh my god, I can't do this. So I think I had 13 shulker boxes just sitting in my storage room needing to be emptied. So I just basically kind of chilled out and ran my storage system for an hour because nobody else was on.
Yeah, what was I going to say? I forgot what I was going to say. I do that a good bit. And that's just because the record button's on, that's all.
Yeah, when that little red light's blinking, everything goes out the window.
Yeah, I go full, I want to say it, but I blank out.
Yes. Other than that, I played with Minimator, which is a real kind of fun new thing now that I know how to do it. Process. Because I had to get you into the logo, and Bank's the one who had made all the characters for the logo and everything, and Carl kind of threw them together in the way they're organized. So I was like, crap, how did he do this? So a lot of respect for him to figuring that stuff out so quickly, because it took me like 2 hours to get your guy in position holding a withered rose.
Yeah.
But we got you in there and got outlined and glowing. I really had a lot of fun playing with Minimator. If you guys haven't played with it, definitely, I think it's still free or whatever, but it's pretty fun. I highly expect that I will be having like some thumbnails with some Minomator characters doing some crazy stuff.
I don't think I've ever tried it. I don't think I've heard of it, to be honest.
Yeah, I'll see if I can't remember to have Carl put that in the show note to link to that website, because it really is a cool program, and it's I didn't
looks like
watch any.
It can help with thumbnails and stuff if you do YouTube. It can definitely help.
Yeah, and I didn't watch any tutorials or anything. I just kind of played around with it for half an hour or so, and I was like, oh, that does that does this, and this does that. And sure enough, bang, bang, boom. The worst part was trying to figure out how to load your skin on there. I was like, can't I just download it from the website? And turns out you can, but I didn't know that, so that's when I had messaged you like, hey, can I get your skin real quick?
Mm-hmm. Piece of skin.
Yeah. But yeah, Minomator, super fun. And I don't know if Jimbo's thought of what he was trying to say yet.
Nope, forgot. It's gone. I guess
it's gone.
Yeah.
Moving on to some news.
All right.
So Minecraft Dungeons had a big kind of what do you want to call it, knowledge spill this past week or so. So basically a new gameplay trailer has released. That link will be in the show notes also. It looks fun. I was already excited for Dungeons, and seeing this now, I'm super excited even more for. There is emeralds in the game that's going to be used as currency. So, from what I've seen, you can get emeralds in the game, but I'm wondering if this is where they're going to insert like microtransactions. You know, hey, spend $3 and you get like 100 emeralds or something.
Mm-hmm.
But as long as you can keep getting them in game, I'm okay with being able to buy emeralds too.
Yeah, it would suck if you had to buy emeralds just to move forward through the game, but as long as you collect them through the game, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. And I don't know if enchantments that we know and love in the game, like sharpness or not mending, but what is it?
Bane of Arthropods, that's a good one.
Yeah, that one. Those enchantments are in the game also. They didn't really show how to equip them onto weapons or armor or anything. So I'm hoping it's still an anvil and you don't have to spend emeralds to put enchantments on stuff, because that would be kind of really bad. But yeah, and also going with armor and weapons and stuff, damage and armor in Dungeons works completely different than it does in Minecraft. Yeah, it's a little hard to explain. They do a very good job in the video explaining it, so I don't want to try to touch on it because they're much better at it than I am. But like, I want to say saturation's completely taken out and all that stuff. You still use food to heal.
Yeah.
But yeah. Anyways, Dungeons I won't be skipping it like I did Minecraft Earth. And I kind of hope it comes out for the Switch because I'd like to play it on the Switch.
Yeah, I'm kind of looking forward to it now. I was always a fan of Diablo. Though I haven't been keeping up with it. It kind of looks similar to that. And just working it with Minecraft looks even better.
Yeah, I've never done a dungeon crawler per se. I was excited for Link's Awakening because that was like my first Nintendo Game Boy game. And when that came out, I was like, yeah, I'm going to get it, till I realized it was still a $60 game.
Huh.
And I was like,
the Game Boy?
Oh, no, it was for the Switch.
Oh, okay.
They HD-defied Link's Awakening for the Switch.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
Yeah, so I was going to pick it up, but I was like, wait, this is still 80% the same game, just with better graphics now. I'm not going to spend another $60 on a game I played thoroughly, so I would still remember it.
Yeah, give it some time. Just let the price drop, I guess.
Yeah.
That's what I do.
Yeah, that was kind of really the only quote-unquote dungeon crawler I've been used to, and I really don't think you could call it a dungeon crawler, because it's nothing like you said Diablo or anything like that.
Yeah, it definitely looks a little different.
Yeah. The other news I have is that Optifine is over 50% done.
Yeah.
For you Optifine fanatics.
To me.
Same here. Especially after experiencing the clunky, chunky frame rate drop That being said, if you're using Optifine just for the zoom key, Logical Geek Boy has a mod or maybe a data pack that you can download and install that gives you the zoom key without the Optifine features.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, if you just want the zoom key, you could probably go ahead and get that. I prefer Optifine for the frame stuff, so I'm just going to wait for Optifine. But if you just like the zoom key, Logical Geek Boy's got you figured out.
Yeah, the lighting too.
I don't know if he has the lighting part. He might. Okay. But I know for a fact he's got the zoom key. Because I think that's in the name. I think it's like Logical Geek Boy's zoom key or something like that.
Yeah, I use Optifine for the lighting. I really like the lighting. And the performance.
Yeah, I had to turn the lighting part off because I would just carry around a torch and I would forget to light up around me, and then I would turn around and die because creepers.
Yeah.
So let's get into 1.15.2 pre-release. This says pre-release 1, but I'm pretty sure they have a pre-release 2 already out that came out the very next day.
Yeah, I think you're right.
But the big fix was bees no longer get angry when you destroy their nest or hive with a Silk Touch tool. So it used to be even if you use Silk Touch to break the hive, they would still get mad and come at you. But now they don't. Now they're all cool, not going to attack you and everything. So that means you can move hives in the game, which I'm excited for because I thought it was kind of dumb to have a thing like Silk Touch and not be able to Silk Touch the hive.
Yeah.
But that seemed to be fixed in 1.15.2, and I want to say there's performance enhancements coming to hopefully fixing my chunky clunky frames would be up there.
I noticed they added a turn-off switch for the patrols and the traders, the wandering traders.
Yeah, I thought they already had the turn-off switch for the patrols, but
they might have.
I'm not sure. I know the traders are a new thing, and I think that's kind of cool too.
Yeah, you can go to like no traders set to false or set to true or something like that, and it just takes them away. They won't spawn anymore.
Yeah, that's going to help in the scripted episode I'm doing again. Yes, I've started working on it again after I lost all my maps and stuff. But I'm having random traders spawn on my stuff. And it's very disconcerting building a spaceship and seeing some guy standing on top of it with some llamas.
The llama spitting at you while you're trying to place blocks.
Yeah, it's like, go, space llamas, get out of here. Other than that, we've got some developer tweets. I don't want to say his name because it's very Swedish and it's very hard to say, and I am horrible with pronouncing names. But links for these tweets will also be in the description. But basically, they're Hoglin programming, how they are going to move and react in the game, and you can kind of get a cool behind-the-scenes look at it and all the coding that goes into it.
Yeah, you can see a little bit in the background.
Yeah.
See what the the update's going to look like.
Yeah. And then the same developer posted a question asking what piglins could give you in return for gold. Now, in his tweet, he's giving the piglin gold and the piglin's giving back diamonds. I highly doubt they're going to give away free diamonds like that. I think the diamonds are just a placeholder.
Yeah.
What I'm hoping for is quartz flowers. Yeah. Cool. Not actual ore blocks, but just the flower.
Okay.
To me, that's the balance, because if it gives you a full block, I mean, you can trade that with villagers already, and if it gives you the ore, that's a little OP for a thing of gold. So if it were to give you just the flower, I think that would be really cool.
Yeah, or an item that you don't come by too often. That's true too. Maybe like a sponge.
Oh yeah, that'd be a good way to get sponges.
That might be too rare to, just be given to you like that. I don't know. I mean, you are giving up gold for it, but gold for sponges, that's a steal.
Yeah, especially if you have a gold farm.
Yeah, so I guess, something nether related they would throw to you.
Yeah, and don't forget, they have all these new biomes in the nether now. So it'll probably be something like one of the new mushroom types or a new nether flower. Sapling, yeah.
Nether sapling, yeah.
But I'm holding out for the quartz flower. I want a renewable way for quartz.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Maybe a little overpowered, but I think if it's just a flower, we'll be fine.
Yeah, but it's not as them throwing diamonds at you.
Yeah, and a lot of people were freaking out over that, and I'm like, I'm pretty sure the diamonds were just a placeholder, because diamonds get everyone's attention.
Oh yeah, they got to rise out of everyone.
Yes,
pigs throwing diamonds at you.
Yeah, they're just like, hey, look at me. Okay, now that I've got your attention, answer this question for me. But I think that's it for the news. Should we get into the Discord ad?
Yeah, let's go for it.
Awesome. This Discord ad this week is brought to you by our Discord buddy, Link. Go ahead and give her a listen.
Hello there, miners and crafters. This is Link. Come and join me on the Withering Effect Discord. It's a great place to hang out with the people that work on the show and other fellow listeners like yourselves. The link is in the show notes. Join today and let's discuss the game we love.
And we're back. Thanks a lot for that advertisement link. And like I say, guys, every time, if you want to join the Discord, there's a link in the description. It's a great place for people to come hang out and talk about the show, or even just Minecraft in general. If you want to talk about some random Minecraft fact you just found out, definitely come and tell us.
Yeah, or if you want to share any of your builds that you've been building.
Yes, share some builds. Do we even have a channel for that? We probably need to make a channel for that.
I think there is a creations channel. Really not sure.
Oh, there is not. I'm going to get on that, because a place for people to post builds for other people to get some creative juices flowing would be an awesome idea.
Yeah, we'll definitely set that one up.
There are some loud cars tonight. Jeez.
When we got quiet there for a second, I could hear my computer, and I'm like, I never hear that thing. Are we that quiet? So I'm glad the cars are louder on your end.
Jeez, I mean, just it's like, guys, come on. I drive a sports car, and my car doesn't wail like that going 20 miles an hour.
It's like a muscle car race outside.
Basically, it was really bad with motorcycles during the summer, and now it's the big 4x4 trucks and muscle cars.
Yeah.
All right, let's get into the main topic for this episode, which I think is going to be a fun one. We've hinted and danced around this topic through a couple episodes, and it's designing the perfect world, whether that be a single-player world or a multiplayer world. I think I told Jimbo multiplayer world.
Yeah, I went with multi.
In hopes that you would do that. And I would kind of focus a little bit on single-player world, and then we could see how many of our ideas would cross over.
Okay.
So, yeah. My first big idea for designing... Well, I guess I'm just going to go all out on my single-player stuff, and you can comment wherever you want when I give out an idea.
Okay.
And we'll see that way. So my first idea is I want to design a world like a theme park. So you have the big layout that Disney came up with, or I shouldn't say came up with, but basically set the standard for, and that's the wheel and spoke design, where they have this big centerpiece and then all these different sections around it.
The spokes lead off to the other.
Yeah, and I thought that was a genius spot for a world, or design for a world, because if you have your main base in like the middle, and then all these spokes can branch out to either maybe a different farm or a different theme. Maybe you have a desert out one direction, so you make a western theme over there. Maybe your end portal's a different direction, so you do a futuristic build that way, so you have a future world. And stuff like that. I think that it's the perfect idea for a single-player world. Whether or not that would work in multiplayer, I'm not so sure.
Yeah, I guess you'd have to make like a city where everyone were to build at if you were to do the wheel and spoke design.
Yeah, I think it would.
It sounds like more of a futuristic layout, the wheel and spoke, but I'm sure you can use that for any. I mean,
it would definitely have to be laid out and planned on a multiplayer server. Like, hey guys, this is what we're doing. here's the areas. I mean, Hermitcraft does a little bit with their districts.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think they do a great job with their districts because, like, so this season I was excited to hear they were all playing near each other again.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel that they have, what is it? Basically, everyone built a ton in the shopping area.
Yeah.
And then it's kind of barely spread out throughout. They chose too big of an area for as much building as they did in the shopping area.
Yeah.
I think it's just super...
They're kind of building on top of each other right now in the shopping area.
Yeah. One, I think their new Hermit Land that they've done for 114, it definitely got laid out better. You could tell they kind of figured out what went wrong the first time. Of course, I also can tell that they're getting a little bored with that world. I think they've been on that world for 2 years.
Yeah.
So it's a lot like us on the Ripple Effect. We've been on that world for 1.5 years. So,
yep. Be 2 years in July.
Yeah, holy cow.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever played on a world that long.
Yeah, which is that's probably another reason why I'm kind of losing inspiration and stuff to play on there. So I'm just glad I'm back on there and able to do stuff. Having fun.
Yeah, but Wheel and Spoke, I think for a single player world is definitely the best idea I could come up with. I mean, there's other ideas, and yeah, if you want to really work with the terrain, you have to maybe either choose the perfect seed or abandon the Wheel and Spoke idea. But I think it'd just be so cool if you built like a glass tower in this middle and you could walk around the tower and see all the different sections of your world within render distance. That'd be so cool.
If you wanted to like expand this Wheel and Spoke, you could go into the Nether and build it in the Nether, and those portals, the portals on the side, the center one would be your base, and then the ones on the side can take you to other places also. So you can use that design in the Nether as well.
Mm-hmm. That actually goes great into my next thing I want to bring up. Nether not being a mode of transport. So this is a little out there thinking. I had this idea before, and I really like it. So basically, every time someone goes into the Nether, what do? They mine for resources, and they build a Nether tunnel that looks nothing like the Nether.
Yep.
Basically, you make the Nether look like the overworld, except for a Wither Skeleton farm and a Blaze farm.
Yep, fortress here and there. But
yeah, so my thought is, instead of making the Nether a travel area, you should travel in the overworld to a spot you like, and then travel back and maybe use command blocks to teleport you after then. Because once you've made the trip once or twice, it's like, yeah, you know how to get there and stuff. Why not save the time of all that travel and just set up a command block to teleport you, and then you're not tearing the Nether apart to create tunnels and stuff like that. It can still be Nether, and especially with the 1.16 update coming, that means you don't have to go far in the Nether, which leaves new chunks to be able to get loaded by this new Nether.
Yeah.
Instead of having to delete chunks whenever the new update comes out.
Yeah, it sucks to go in there to get some quartz too, and they're all gone because everyone's been through it. But this is single player we're talking about. Mm-hmm. I don't mind the transportation through the Nether, but I could see, like, I've had a single world before, and yeah, it gets pretty repetitive back and forth through the Nether. I guess a command block wouldn't be too bad.
Yeah, and that's another thing I should bring out. When I play Minecraft, I always play Vanilla Plus, so it very much caters on that line between vanilla and modded without being too far. And I like command blocks. I don't use them a lot, but definitely I keep thinking back to the last season of Commicraft where I was on the admin island. And for me to go from the island to Spawn Town and back to the island, like, it was a round trip of 20 minutes.
Yeah.
And for a guy who maybe plays 2 hours every other day or something like that, I can't spend 20 minutes traveling back and forth. It killed me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a lot of time gone.
Yeah, my thought is progress. Yeah, if you can travel there once and then travel back, you've won. You've shown you can do it. Set up a command block on either end and build some kind of like TARDIS or Doctor Who thing that allows you to teleport yourself back and forth, a phone booth or police box, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, that'd be neat. Now, Bedrock doesn't have the command block, so I want to stick with the nether transport there. I don't think. They might. I don't know. Yeah,
we're not Bedrock guys, so if you guys are on Bedrock, no different, let us know. Yeah. But I do know they're not unlimited world size. So they can only go so far anyways.
Yeah.
My next thing is as many different building types as possible. Don't stick to one building type in your world. If you're good at castles, maybe make your main base a castle, but your next build should not be another castle. Make your next build, I don't know, a desert village, or maybe you want to do like Greek Roman builds. And maybe even go super modern on one.
And that'll help the monotony, too. I mean, doing the same thing over and over. You know, switch it up, do something different, go somewhere else and build something you wouldn't build before.
Right.
So I see it.
Yeah, and I've been trying to do that with my last couple Minecraft worlds, especially here on the Ripple Effect. Building more freestanding structures. I'm kind of known for building into mountains. And while my main base is still kind of built into a mountain, I have way more freestanding structures on this base than probably all my other bases put together.
Yeah, well, my base is a mountain.
Your base is a mountain that's freestanding.
Yeah, it's a freestanding built mountain.
That's insane. I could not build a mountain from scratch.
Oh, I probably will never do it again.
Yeah. But. Well, I say that I think I could. But I'm with you in the fact that it would just burn me out so fast.
Mm-hmm. I'm so close to being done, too, so can't wait till that's finished.
Yeah, and the worst part would be, like, when you're building inside the mountain and you realize you needed your mountain to be, like, 10 blocks further to the left.
Ooh.
And you're like, oh, I guess I'm going to have a boulder right here on the side.
Yep. I'm going to have to redesign this back to the drawing board.
Yeah. My next idea is free roaming mobs. And by that, I don't mean like pigs or sheep or something. I mean like villagers, or get rid of the pillagers with the crossbows so you have free roaming pillagers. I really like the ambiance of characters, quote unquote, roaming around. So I would definitely try to make the area spawn proof as possible to let those guys roam around. That being said, I've done that in Ripple Effect, and I still won't let those guys run around because I'm so scared to death they're going to die.
Yeah, they're pretty rare to come across. Well, you actually got to work with them to get them to be non-hostile.
Yeah.
But yeah, the roaming around thing, I agree with that, because in a single-player world, it can get kind of boring by yourself, and you want to make the world feel alive.
Yeah.
So that helps.
Mm-hmm. My next to last thing would be to not spread out. A lot of players have a tendency to choose a biome 1,000 blocks away, build there, and then choose another biome 500 blocks away, and then build there. And I understand it. It makes building a little easier when you build with the terrain. But along with building different types, I'm going to say build or bring the terrain to you. I've done a little bit of I need to build a new terrain to fit this building style, and I'm going to bring it on to you guys because it's really helped with my landscaping abilities to be able to say, well, I kind of want a nice slope here, or maybe I want a tiny mountain here. So try it. Try to bring your desert village into a plain and make the surrounding area look like a desert. To me, it's grindy, but it could also be a lot of fun if you do it right.
Yeah, it's the first time I messed with landscaping, building that mountain, and now I kind of got the knack for landscaping, just trying it. Just get out there and give it a shot.
Your mountain looks like a mountain, which is extremely hard to do in Minecraft.
Yeah, I surprised myself, actually.
And you were able to fit all that stuff you have in your base underneath it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, I dug the bedrock.
That's true, too. My final thing is, it brings me back to the vanilla plus playstyle, and that's add non-vanilla features, like the armor stand book that gets used a lot in Hermitcraft. I think loud trucks.
I heard that one.
Yeah. Jeez. I think armor stands are a great source of decoration, especially for interior design, and they don't get used enough, mainly because they used to cause a ton of lag.
Yeah.
I think Mojang's been able to dial that back a little bit, and I'm sure if you put 100 armor stands in a small area, they will still lag.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think they're as bad as they used to be. I also put custom mob or two, just because there's a lot of great data packs now that add in new mobs.
Yeah, I can mix it up a little bit.
I've got one I don't want to say because it ruins my scripted episode a little bit.
Red dragons?
No red dragons, but they should be in the game. Why are no red dragons in the game? The other thing is custom loot tables. I love playing with custom loot tables. Especially because some of the drops, like the Wandering Trader, I'm sorry, but his trades stink.
Most of the time,
he's a useless thing. And I could see, like, maybe give him a, how do I put this? Like a custom enchanting book where instead of like sharpness 5, he has sharpness 10. But it's an extremely rare item he trades.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's a single player world. You can basically kind of do whatever you want in there. And I think that would make, one, Wandering Traders interesting, and two, your diamond sword interesting if you die and lose it.
Yeah.
Now it's like, I can't just go enchanting it at a table anymore.
Yeah, and that's the beauty about a single player world is you can put whatever mods that you're into it. You don't have to worry about all the other people and their thoughts on the mod because it's what you like. Single player. It's what you're doing. So
yeah, like there's one out there I really like, and it's just like a shelf data pack where if you put an item on this quote unquote shelf block, it shows the item on the shelf. And it's such a simple thing, but I think it's so cool to be able to like set a apple on a table or something like that instead of having to put it in an item frame.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. That's Dud's designing his perfect world.
In single player.
For multiplayer, what do you have?
I have, first of all, I would like everyone to spread out. Now, at the beginning, completely opposite to what you said, but at the beginning, normally you like a center city, like a center village for everyone to come to and, I don't know, start their adventure there. This
basically
is multiplayer.
A spawn town.
Yeah, spawn town, exactly. Doesn't have to be at spawn, but the layout I like are like islands.
Oh, yeah.
Like if everyone got their own island, you just Oprah everyone, you get an island, you get an island, you get an island. Everyone gets their own island. So
I like it.
Just so everyone has their own room, they're spread out, they got enough space. These islands don't have to be too far apart. I mean, I know it's going to be hard to find a world like this, but hey, you asked me what my perfect world would be. I want islands. Islands for everyone.
No, I'm good with islands.
Nice and spread out. Every multiplayer server needs a games area.
Yeah.
Also, now we built ours in the end on the Ripple Effect server, but you could build it anywhere. So everyone needs a games area. Our game master Obney, he's a wizard with all them games.
He is a crazy walrus with no pants.
Like, once you think there's no more games left, Obney's got another game built. I'm like, how does... I've never even heard of this game. It's crazy. Multiplayer events. It'd be nice to get everyone on the server occasionally to do these, races or UHCs. We still got to do capture the flag.
Yeah, I was going to say, Carl still has that capture the flag area that's absolutely beautiful, and I've been wanting to play it for forever. We just haven't been able to get people together to play it.
Yeah. Yeah, well, it's getting towards the end of the season. We should probably play some capture the flag.
Probably should. Carl, wink, wink, hint, hint. Me and Jimbo are down.
Yeah, I'm in. Shopping area.
I have an idea for a shopping area, but I'm going to let you do your thing first.
I didn't really have too many ideas for the shopping area, but...
You just say every multiplayer server kind of needs a shopping area.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's... I don't have many designs in mind, but, I mean, I have the islands. You get your shopping area out there. And, because it gives everyone on the server something else to look forward to. You know, building your own shop, making your own currency. Currency, another thing, is pretty big on a multiplayer server, which I always go with diamonds.
I am 100% in the belief, if you're playing on a multiplayer server, a shopping district or shops in general are extremely useful in keeping people active.
Yes.
I love the idea, and plus it helps other players who aren't great with redstone or farming able to get products, because they're probably still really good at strip mining, and they can go down there and they can just tear through, and they've got all these resources but nothing to do with it, so they end up shopping a lot. And whereas someone who's farming is not really stripping for diamonds or anything like that, so that's how they get their diamonds. But my idea for shopping, I think fits perfectly with your idea for islands, and the fact that instead of just having a shopping district, because remember I was talking about Hermitcraft, and that's basically their built-up district. Everything else is a little, I don't want to say empty, because they have stuff in there, but they're basically shells, except for the fantasy district. That fantasy area that they built this season, holy cow, False Ren Tango, it's a great looking area.
Yeah.
But instead of having one shopping district, what if each player builds their shop on their island with their base, so that gives people a reason to visit bases instead of one shopping area?
Yeah.
It's a little sucky because you can't go shopping for different items all at one time.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Yeah, it's not a bad idea. Never really thought about that.
If everyone's a little nearby on these islands, it's not horrible. But I could see where it would suck for, like, me to leave my base and then go to your base to get, like, sea lanterns or something like that. Because me and you are, like, at opposite ends of the map.
Yeah.
But it gives people a chance to go see what other people are building and hopefully spark some influence and stuff.
That's another thing with the islands. The transport between islands would be like ice roads everywhere throughout the sea. Just ice roads everywhere. I thought that would be pretty cool.
That would be pretty cool.
And if you want a multiplayer server, you need to get a Magoo. Every server needs a Magoo. If you're not familiar with Magoo, he is a Minecraft pro that can do anything in like 10 minutes. Anything.
Okay.
You know Magoo.
Yeah, he had Carlock too.
Yeah, he did have Carlock. That's true. But like that tunnel he built in the Nether, would that go up in like a day or two? That was crazy. When he gets something going, man, he don't stop. And those are the players you kind of want around. At least get one of those. Get one Magoo. It'll help.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Let me see what else I got here. I would like the mods. I like that I'm okay with. I like fire tick off. Not big with trying to build around the fires and stuff. I like for them to be a part of the build, not so much hidden.
Yeah, I did play with the fire tick stuff a lot this season because it was turned off.
Yeah, I got fire everywhere. And mob heads.
Yeah,
I always like that.
I do too, because it gives you like collectibles.
Yeah, it's another element to the game.
Yeah, we have the ripple effect player heads, and I definitely at one point were grinding for the heads just to finish the collection.
Yeah, I got the collection until 2 new members joined.
I got those 2 new members, so my collection's done.
I don't think I have one of them. Go figure.
Yeah.
But I didn't go into too much depth on some of my topics, but that's about it.
Yeah, I mean, you definitely want to leave things open-ended because everyone should have their different idea of what a perfect world is.
And a lot of the worlds, multiplayer worlds we go off of is the Hermitcraft server. A lot of people get their server. Yeah, they run their server like they run their server. And that's pretty much, the popular one that everyone's going to pretty much turn to.
Yeah, and I remember telling you earlier that we try not to reference giant YouTubers on here or whatever because everyone should kind of do their own thing.
Yeah.
And promote it. But we mention Hermitcraft so much just because everyone seems to know Hermitcraft. And it's so easy to be like, okay, we're talking about this, and Hermitcraft does it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's very easy to get that visual representation of what we're talking about when we mention them.
Yep. Yeah, it's just a representation.
Yeah. But I agree wholeheartedly, and I look back to when we were in the first Ripple Effect meeting and how we were going to do this server and stuff, and the way within like the first month completely changed how we were going to play. There was supposed to be like a giant underworld city that we were all going to work into. Yeah, and I don't think it even got started.
Mm-mm.
But I think our spawn town is still a really good spawn town. Yeah. But everyone like moved away from spawn town within 2 or 3 days of starting the server just because that area on 113 was so laggy.
Yeah, especially at that time. It was pretty bad. No Optifine, no...
Yep.
Just lag, constant.
Well, come to find out, it was the fish. The fish AI was killing everything. We all thought it was a bunch of different stuff. It was like someone building some giant redstone contraption underground, but nope, it was the fish.
It's your fault. No, it's your fault. Oh,
yeah.
It's a fish.
Yeah. It's the walrus's fault because of the fish. I play with Omni. He can take it. Omni knows it wasn't his fault. Just the same way I blame Carl when anything on the podcast goes wrong. 90% of the time, it's not Carl's fault. It's mine, but I'm still blaming Carl.
Yeah. Yeah, we can blame Carl.
Yeah, see, you're already getting into your co-host's shoes. Yeah, blame Carl.
Okay, Carl. I wanted to say a bad word, but I probably should. Okay.
I could tell you wanted to.
When you get that pause, I'm really trying to think about a good way of saying things, so that's why you got that pause.
Yeah. But I think we're going to go ahead and end the show there. Jimbo, you want to read us out?
Yeah. If you like the show, you can share it with all your friends and on social media. If you listen to Spotify, follow us. Or if you listen to Apple Podcasts, leave us a nice review. Doing any of these really help the show reach more listeners. If you would like to get in contact with the show, send us an email to podcast@rippleeffectsmp.com. Tweet us or join our Discord where you can have a chat with everyone who works on the show and fellow listeners. The links are in the show notes.
Yeah, this show has been brought to you by our new co-host Jimbo and myself, but also our digital producer Carl. He makes sure the show ends up where it's supposed to be and not trapped in somebody else's perfect world. The amazing music you hear in the intro and outro is created by the one and only Decoy. Everybody's social media info can be found down in the show notes. You guys have been awesome. I want to put out there, me and Jimbo were looking at the analytics before the show. 7,500 listeners. Holy cow.
Awesome.
Yeah, thank you guys so much for sticking with us for the break. Our average listener is up to 184. That's insane. And we've got things planning for later on when we get that average listener up just a little bit more. But yeah, guys, thank you so much for getting withered with us. Go drink your milk now. Bye.
See ya.